Well, I'll tell you what, we have been giving thanks all week long, and we give thanks for what a great opportunity this has been to be in South Bend, Indiana, here at an ACO major that is really unmatched, kind of based on the amount of competition that's been going on here in the bracket. I'm Finn the Loudmouth for the ACO. My man Philip Barnett, the Mississippi Ninja. And all weekend long, the ACO family has sat around this center court and watched fantastic match after fantastic match. But right now, we put two names against one another, one who we've talked about for years for one reason or another, and one we've been talking about for about a year to 18 months on two different occasions. Drew Wehking steps up against Kaleb Hurt for the singles championship. How about this match?
Yeah, man, Drew is throwing. I don't think he missed a bag the last few times with Austin Thomason.
Well, I'll tell you what, he did play a hard-fought match against Austin Thomason, who lost the King of Cornhole match. I would say, I hate to use the word lost, but Craig Irvin took the King of Cornhole away from Austin Thomason. But you think about that's a name who is another one we talk about who is just going to be continually brought up until the time comes when they snatch that top spot away. So these guys are up and underway, and they are firing when ready, and they have begun. So we're looking at 2-0 already. Drew Wehking has stepped up over Kaleb Hurt, and that is not what you would expect. And Drew comes out of the higher seed lane with that bracket win. So there's another three spot right there. And this is how we typically find, and I have to ask those who are involved with the SVC, Shenandoah Valley Cornhole, Junior and Tammy Williams, the Hurt family, everybody involved with them, where do you guys find a place to eat after all this is said and done? The Waffle House is about the only thing
That's
open
about it.
because they are always following one of the Hurts, somebody deep into the competition and this late into the night. But there's a nice bag to start from Drew Wehking. Nice follow there from nice follow there from Kaleb. 5-0 right now from Drew Wehking on top of Kaleb.
Other way.
5-0 Wehking over Hurt.
Make that 7.
And that's now going to be a 7-0 advantage out of the blue lane and the higher seed. 7-0 Drew Wehking. And Drew very quietly working his way through the bracket. Very, unassuming.
The problem is he's not missing bags.
Well, that's not a problem.
No.
That's a problem if you're Kaleb Hurt.
Absolutely.
It's not a problem if you are Drew Wehking.
I mean, every bag is right down the center.
And we sit and we wonder, where does everyone come from? And we talk about this time and time again. If you watch these players and you think, I'm as good as they are, you have every opportunity to come out here and prove it. And every once in a while, we see somebody come out and do just that. And Drew has popped up in the last, I would say, 18 months as a powerhouse. And his sister is also. And she's sitting here right on the edge of center court. She is kind of keeping an eye on things. They're wearing those Lucky's
and Mama's right next door. It's the whole family. You see Adrian watching Kaleb. Miss Hurt's over there.
The Hurt family is out keeping an eye on things right now. We're looking
still at 7-0.
7-0.
And it's good to see Rex is wide awake.
I don't think this is where he gets to the point where he goes, I think I can nod off for a moment when his boy's on center court. Oh, boy, that was one that normally, had it not hit Kaleb's bag, would have taken care of business. But Kaleb
going anyway.
Get it finished. There's a grip it and rip it up top, and he takes the chance to take that airmail, and he bounces one off the backside and puts Kaleb's bag.
Going to give Kaleb 3 right
inside. Yeah, he is. He's going to give him that chance to take
there it
3,
is.
And he does just
7-3.
So 7-on-3 is now what we're looking at in our championship
7-3.
match. This is the South Bend, Indiana ACO Cornhole Final Championship, and this has been a long-awaited match. It was Drew. Was it Drew who took out Isaac?
Yeah, he did. He's already taken out one Hurt.
And that's what kept us from having a rematch from last night's Pro Series final, where Isaac was able to take down Kaleb and take his first Pro Series championship match. And so Kaleb owns 2, Isaac owns 1, 7 more to go. We'll see what happens after that. There's a nice collection right there. Kaleb has a bag to see if he can collect.
Wow, and he got that bag back in
He did
play
somehow.
for him.
Oh, and look at that. Drew was able to help him out there. Oh, and then he does himself a disservice. And that's kind of what's so crazy about this. They can place it exactly where they want it until they don't need it. Does that make sense? Oh, and Drew's going
to get a wash
to
out of that.
take the wash. He pushes Caleb's bag back. But, I mean, you know, you saw Kaleb pull that bag that you didn't think was possible back into the game. He does just that, and then all of a sudden when he doesn't need one, he lays it out there almost lazily up to the top right. So that bag is not really much of a blocker. That's going to give Drew an opportunity to sneak inside, which he does. Now Caleb's going to have to go and kind of clean it up, and he does just that. Drew says, all right, I'll take that. I'll do it again. Let's see what you can do. He didn't seem happy with that, but I think he'll be just fine. Oh, Kaleb, nice bag right there. He puts that tumble bag on the back side of the hole, and it drops back in, a little bit of a scuba shot. And there's a slick bag that pops off the backside, so Kaleb
how about that anomaly?
Misses the opportunity. That is an anomaly. And there's a double. Oh, a double.
Just another wash.
Opportunity. That's the strangest of all washes right there, because he had an opportunity to push that bag in there and take the extra points, and he wasn't able to do it. So I tell you, and we've seen this a bunch on center court, opportunities were not able to be taken advantage of because there was a little bit more of an aggressive opportunity. And when they went to take the chance, they got a little bit overexcited and missed that opportunity. All right, so these guys continue to match shots now, west to east.
Yep, 7-3.
To a 7-3 score. And who's it going to be? Who's going to take this singles championship out of South Bend? This is a coveted championship right here. So many great players. You talked about it in the time to fill with regard to who you were going to pick, and this is a loaded field, just like Tupelo.
Yeah.
You know, who is it going to be? So honestly, it turns out that we've had some surprise names, but we've had a couple of matches that have been no surprise. 7-3 as Wehking holds 7-3 over top of Kaleb Hurt. There's a nice airmail over top right there. Is he going to force Kaleb to try to push through?
He's going to put that in there with that loud turn signal.
Oh, damn. He tried to go up and over and take that, even if he took Caleb's bag with him, and he didn't. There's a nice tumble bag. He's going to take both. So Drew takes that left hand. He's a southpaw, up and over. Oh, and there's an airmail, circles the drain, finishes it off. Caleb's going to come in and try to collect.
And there's that push that we said is not easy.
If he's smart, he's probably just going to run straight through it. There's not much else he's going to. If he risks the airmail, he might miss off the back. So that's the smart play.
Yep, he gave up 3 though. It's going to be 7-6.
Right there. So 7-on-6. Kaleb Hurt over top of, Drew Wehking over top of Kaleb Hurt. Drew comes out of the blue lane, the higher seed. Right there, these guys collect their weaponry and they step up, and it's time for Kaleb to regain that first bag, and he puts that one right down the center, as we would expect, whether it be a block or a drop shot.
Winner of this gets that coveted purple jersey out there.
That's exactly right. And Drew is, I think, picked up a purple jersey in his
He got one in doubles.
He's got one in doubles, but he would love to have one in singles, especially
to
be able to say that he pulled it out over this field. And you think about, Russell Tabers and all those who he had to have bested the people who bested them to get it done. So there's 8 underneath the wooden sunroof. Jay Boogie, appreciate you on that one. And these guys will collect their bags and let it fly yet again. A different level in intensity with regard to how they play? I don't think so. Both very collected. I will say Drew has that straight standstill pose where that step is taken by Kaleb, and a little bit of extra oomph behind that pendulum. Oh, boy, and I tell you, there was no question that was going to be the case with that bag sitting up high when he went to try to take. Oh, what a great shot.
And that's not an easy shot, like we said.
No, it's insane. And they set themselves up to do that. They make you think that they're in a point of weakness, and they come in and they knock that stuff down. and Drew puts one off the back, and he's going to have to do the best he can to give
Be
up
1 point,
just
tied
the
up 7-7.
So right now, 7-on-7, and that's the thing we talk about with both the Hurts. They set it up to make it look like they made a mistake, and then they come in and they collect. They did that on purpose. What they did to make you play around them, and then they come in and collect. And it might just be 1 point, might be 2, but right there we saw Drew throw one off the back of the board, and that is the opportunity to come in and make it happen.
You know, let me tell you something. Drew has kind of fallen into Caleb's trap.
Yeah.
The same as Gary Bearpaw.
It's a great way to put it, trap.
Yeah, I mean, he
trap.
really has. Caleb's been trying to block. He thinks he can outshoot you and outpush you. So he's trying to block. And Drew, who wore the airmails out against Austin Thomas, has been off a little bit.
Yeah.
And so Caleb, he tried to get that bag with a little cut shot.
All right, so now there's one laying left to right. Is he going to come in and be able to collect both? No, he leaves one laying up top. And did you mention the word trap?
Yeah.
Trappity, trap, trap, trap.
Trap.
All right, so right now we're looking at 7-on-7, and guess what now? 9-on-7.
Yeah.
Caleb steps back in a game which is a best of one to determine the championship match here as we approach 1 in the AM.
And there's the block.
In
exactly what I was talking about.
That's exactly what you talked about with him, and he forces
and there you
it,
go,
and
see?
there it is. He tried to do that with Gary Bearpaw. Gary did the same thing. He made the mistake. And now Caleb says, all right, well, I'm going to come in and I'm going to not only get one around it, I'm going to collect it. Now you're going to collect this, but you've already made the mistake and put one off the backside.
And that could be his experience. Caleb's been playing for a few years. He says, I'll block in and see if you can outshoot me, because I know I'm going to push this blocker in.
Yep. So the best he can hope to do is only give up the
grab
3 right there. So 13-on-7. Or I'm sorry, 12-on-7 is 12-on-7 right now with Kaleb Hurt jumping out back to the front side. He's going to collect his bags, take that first bag. But you're right, it's that experience. It's that understanding. It's no panic.
I figured he'd throw a little blocker right here, because Drew has shown he can match you bag for bag in the hole. You got to make these guys do something they're not used to doing.
Yeah. Take them out of their game. Continue to play your game. Take them out of their game. And again, thanks for checking all of this out here on the YouTube channel. Oh, boy, he tried to come in backside airmail. Yeah, he fell under the trap. He had to run it over.
And the push.
And there it is. And both of the Hurts are doing that to perfection these days. So right there's going to be another deuce given up right there. So 14-on-7 is what we're looking at. But if you're checking us out on the YouTube channel, American Cornhole, love to have you aboard. Feel free to subscribe and make sure that you hit that button on the bell that makes us aware that you are interested in seeing new content that we post a 3 times a week on the American Cornhole YouTube channel. I am Finn, the loudmouth for the ACO. There's a nice roll bag there from Kaleb, and a nice filler kind of collection there from Drew Wehking. They're going to go ahead and continue to finish each other out here, it looks like. Just keep pushing each other through on 14-on-7. Kaleb,
look at that nasty roll bag.
That sick roll bag right up and over the top. And now he's going to force Drew to collect, and he's going to give up another 2 more. So 16-on-7, Kaleb over Drew as they fight for the singles championship here in South Bend, Indiana, as the ACO Major and Pro Series number 3 last night. Pro Series number 3 championship went to Caleb's brother Isaac. So we've run 3 Pro Series championships. The first 2 went to Kaleb Hurt. The third went to Isaac Hurt. I would say the Hurt locker is glowing, and they are laden with trophies and cash as they continue to exert their dominance. On center court right now, we watch to find out who is going to be our singles championship winner tonight. Drew Wehking continues to try to fight back against Kaleb Hurt, who is up 16-7. At this juncture, Kaleb has a bag off to the left. There's an opportunity for Drew to at least just play it safe, if nothing else, and pick up 2. Caleb's not going to try to collect, and if Drew can hold this and hold it,
there it is.
He picks up 2 points. So 16 on 9.
He's been on that 7 for a long, long time.
Yes, very similar to what we talked about with Gary
Yeah.
Paul last night, who sat on 18 forever.
And I think he was still sitting on it this evening.
I think tonight he sat on 17.
Yeah.
Is what he did. Drew takes the
First bag down the
southpaw,
middle.
first bag down the middle, and there's that blocker. He's going to force that
See,
air
he
mail.
is
Look at
forcing
that.
it. He is forcing him to shoot that.
You know what's hilarious is I never even thought of the word that you used moments ago, and that was trap.
Oh, yeah.
It was a trap.
And
Here's another one.
Here's a cleanup for the game.
That's going to be it. If he can push this through, which he'll go try to do.
I'm sorry.
Lays one off the back.
Here's your break, Mr. Wehking.
Yep, he gave you an opportunity, a little bit of a window, 16 on 9.
Oh,
Boy, are you kidding?
and man,
So now he's going to come in low and hot.
That's gonna be the
That's
game.
going to do it.
Yep.
All right, we have our singles champion. How about that? Believe it or not, I don't know if you're familiar with the name Kaleb Hurt, but Kaleb Hurt takes a singles championship win again, adds more points, adds more cash to the bank account, and he adds more credibility to the name Hurt and Hurt Locker in the world of cornhole. If there's a better cornhole player on the planet Earth than Kaleb Hurt, I don't know
Me neither.
who that is. And for a minute, I thought it might be his brother Isaac. But to be honest with you, if we were to hold an interview with Kaleb right now, I don't know what he would say that we haven't already heard.
That's
Phillip.
right. Hey, I tell you what, I picked him. He
Yes,
wins.
you did. And
He wins.
if I'm not mistaken, when in Time to Fill, when you said, if you think I should pick you, prove me wrong.
Yep.
But you also said, if you think you can beat them, if
Come
you're
beat
sick
'em.
of seeing them,
That's right.
all you got to do is beat them. So very nicely done. Drew Wehking, a great
What
performance
a great
by
run,
him
man. What a great
throughout
run.
a stacked field here in South Bend, Indiana. But look at that. That gold jersey doesn't lie, and that number 1 sticking up on his finger. And that bag, the Project 13s from 724. Congratulations. That doesn't lie either. And as we say goodnight and we congratulate our champion,
Or is it good morning?
Kaleb Hurt, we say good morning. Yes, we do. To Sunday, Monday, what day? I don't even know what day it is anymore, but we wrap things up here from the Century Center in South Bend, Indiana. On behalf of Phillip Barnett, the Mississippi Ninja, I'm Finn, the Mushmouth from the ACO, saying on behalf of everybody here, that would be our friend, the cornhole dude, Frank Gears, Oz, the man behind the scenes, and the entire crew for the American Cornhole Organization. We say goodnight, and we remind you to keep on pitching.